Hello again, people. Welcome once more to the tranquil paradise that is Farmland Flats. In no way is this a collection of small terraced house rabbit hutches crammed together in a sort of pseudo-medium density situation where people are stuck combined with various Soviet cities. Yeah, I'm not fooling anybody, am I? Anyway, this is... if I can get this to work back again. This here is the Fair City. I'm just going to try and turn some of these labels off to make things make a little bit more sense. So, where were we last time? We are trying to get to a population of 16,000. Now, I could add some over here. And if we go in here, I have another one of these little garages complaining of low land value. What is the land value around here? Yeah, it's alright. It's not brilliant, is it? Just because that wants to be a level 3 building. We do need potentially to do something about that. What else can we do that pushes land value up? Yeah, nothing quickly. Okay, that'll do. Bye. Anyway. So what we need to do is add in more housing. Now, I mentioned last time about dropping something in over here. I probably will, but not immediately. I added some more infrastructure here, so we have another road junction. There's the potential to put some more housing in over here, which has got good access. I want to save this in case I need more industrial area. Oh, there's a house on fire. Oh, that's the medical centre. Clinic. Here comes a fire engine. Yeah, that'll do. So, what we have, if I just put some of the names back on, this is King's Meadow. Now, I'm thinking King's Meadow Phase 2 over here. We've got the roads, we've got, there's buses and things come over here, we've got medical bits and pieces, we've got some parks. I don't want to bring it backwards because that's farm. This area here is also farm. And frankly, that's busy enough as it is. So, what we're going to do is over here is going to gain some new stuff, and then this sort of... the buses come in here to turn around. That was originally what that was for, but never mind. So we're going to put more housing in this sort of style. Possibly not that style. Yeah, we're going to do some of this. So I want 3 by whatever that is type housing. I'll just turn that on there. 3 by 2 housing. And plenty of it. So, I am going to get on with that, and we'll be back in a minute to have a look at the complete and utter chaos I have caused. Okay, so here we are back, and basically that's a housing estate area. I've sort of gone with a fairly generic sort of look to it. Little bits like that are sort of based on somewhere I used to live. Yeah, it just sort of adds to it a little bit, I guess. There's no point putting a path link in there because I put this road in here because when I realised as I upgraded this, nobody can walk along that. So it was like, yeah, I do need to sort that out. So what we've got that there, I'm just going to put a few more pathways in just to aid the all-important walkability. This is going to be a park of some description. I haven't quite decided what yet, but it's going to be a park. We've got a lot of housing demand. I'm rather hoping people start moving in at some point. That'd be quite nice. People start moving in. I'm leaving the spacing so I can come back and put more houses in between them. But these are the sort of size houses I'm looking to encourage. And do that there, and that bit there's going to be a little bit of a park as well, I think. Yeah, why not? Do a few more around here, like this. Yeah, space there to put another one in a bit. And if you've ever been in the UK, you will recognise this style of housing estate. A sort of rabbit hutch hell, basically. An awful lot of houses with very, very pretentious names. Yeah, the Elizabethan and things like that. That basically are masquerading as something they're not. They're trying to be houses of a distinguished class. Don't need shops. Will need a school somewhere. So that park area, I'm thinking I might put schools in down here. In fact, actually, I'm going to do that now. Put a school in. We have plenty of schools. Don't need another high school. I got all the content creator schools that I've downloaded. Some which look quite nice. Problem with some of these, I don't know whether it's a primary or a secondary. That's an elementary. Yeah, some of these say how many students they've got, but they don't actually tell you whether it's a high school or not. Yeah, so what have we got in content creators? See if I can find a nice looking one in here. Don't need that as a library. That's a high school. Large elementary school. That is quite large. There are other schools about. I don't think I need one quite that big. Faculty building doesn't seem to do anything. Historic library. Okay, I'm going to go with a just find a school. Chester Elementary School. That's cool. Student capacity 500. It's not huge. We're going to put one of those there. And it'll promptly start moaning about power and what have you, but that I can cope with that until people start moving in up here. I'm wondering whether power is the problem. I'll just put that in. Sometimes I've noticed you can have an area ready for people to move into, and basically nobody will move in until the power grid and everything is sorted out. Let's have a look. A little park for around here would do. Small playground. There off that one. Yeah, because then I can go in and put that house in there behind it. That'll do. Hopefully that'll sort of encourage. Yeah, I see people are starting to move in now. That's good. That little bit there, not sure about. Might leave that as just a little open square of some description. But yes, as I say, this sort of a housing estate, there's large numbers of near identical properties, pretentious names, and the sort of people who live here are the sort of people who, if they don't like the look of your car, will leave a nasty note on it telling you you need to move it because it's lowering the value of the area. That sort of area. And in the park, I want a playground. It's a school, so yeah, we'll put a playground there, and then I can put some other bits and pieces around that in a bit. And this bit over here, I want this bit here to be... I want it to be nice. So let's have a look. Five-a-side soccer pitch, not sure. UK Park football pitch, and that's quite a nice size. I mean, it's big, but it's... Put that in there, see how that looks. I think we did do something similar. Yeah, similar to what we did over the other side, but that was quite nice. We can put some... yes, leveled. We can put some bits and pieces around near that later. How are these houses coming in? Slowly, but they're the sort of houses I'm after. Well, for some reason some of them are coming in a bit smaller, but never mind. What are we doing for utility stuff over here? Fire is over there, and we've also got fire helicopters, but nothing particularly around here. Well, I think a good place to put a fire station would be a little link road that does that. Although I've got to replace that path now, but there we go. Also means people have got another way to get into this estate area, which is probably quite useful. I'm going to do that, which will destroy the... I have to destroy the path again. But I can pull that back easily enough like that. There we go. So yeah, we now have a fire station around here. Police... probably do with a police station, to be honest. Doesn't need to be a huge one. Small Welsh police station. It's a really nice asset, that. Prison. There's an idea. What I actually need is a small... Ooh, not seen that one before. I like that one. Police security centre. What else have we got? Yeah, I can't do any of the bank stuff yet. What I'm after here is just a small-ish police station. Doesn't have to be massive. Just to sit in this general area. Yeah, I'll put that one in there. Another UK-style one. Set up some stuff here. We'll just put the BMWs out of that one. So see, this has eaten a chunk of my housing demand. This area will it will grow. It won't end up doing vast amounts for my my housing needs, unfortunately. Largely because it's not really big enough. But it will give me... It'll give me quite a nice looking estate. There are a row of houses over here. Yeah, we'll do some more over this side, why not? Well, I've been looking at this. Open to suggestions on what people think about this. I'm pondering a City Skylines 2 series. I have never played CS2. I have got no idea how really to play it, other than some videos I've seen online that other people have shown how they play it. Possibilities. What do people think? Good idea, bad idea? Oh my god, don't do it, you're mad, sort of whatever. Right. Land value. What are we doing around here for land value? So it's not too bad. I mean, nothing around here is brilliant. Suspect I need more park area in this. So, let's put some more park areas in. Really? Where's that big park? I quite like the big park with trees. Put that there. And there, actually. I mean, I'd say I like these ones. Yeah, they've got proper paths on them, so do some proper pathways around here. Just run a few out like this. I did think about putting in, a proper park around here, but don't think so somehow. What I do want to do, however, is a small lane coming off here, because this obviously needs some facilities of some description. That's a little bit close to there, but to be honest, all it's really going there for is so I can put a car park in. So that's what we're going to do there. Put a car park there. This side here, I'll probably decorate and put some facilities and things around that. This bit here I'm going to leave just in case I want to expand this a bit more, like, give him another... And again, what's the land value? See, I could give him another medical centre, which might help. See, I mean, here's the sort of, it's building up a little bit. So let's have a look. Medical centre. Yeah, I mean, we have coverage, but it's the sort of thing little places like this have. As you sort of get here, little medical centre, and probably eventually round here a small parade of shops or something, but that'll do for now. Again, like I said, I was going to put more of a park in there, so let's have a little look. What have we got? I've got that one, which is too big, although it would fit over there quite nicely. Large playground? Ugh, not quite big enough. That one won't fit. Somebody's put in a little bus stop and things that'll do it. Oh, rugby pitch. How big's that? Quite. I forgot I've got that. Quite a large size. Public toilets. Let's put some of those in because they seem to make people very happy having some of those knocking about. So that'll do. And yeah, right. So I've got a bit more housing demand. Let's have a little look, see what we've got. Yeah, I mean, all right. This sort's probably not ideal. I really want sort of more like this sort of thing. May end up dropping some of those in manually later because I've got some slightly stranger sized houses growing. But there we go. Right, I'm going to let this run for a little bit. I'm going to fast forward until daylight and then we'll be back. Just a quick one. I don't know if anybody else has noticed this. Industrial areas. I come in here every single night in the game. These industrial areas go to high crime. This one doesn't. The farm does. For whatever reason, even though there's plenty of police about, they simply will not come in here during the hours of darkness. It's just fair enough, really, I suppose. But yeah, there we go. Not quite sure. Yeah, just thought I'd point that out. It's a little bit weird. They go back in during the day, just fine. Let's see, daylight is starting to come up. A lot of this land is reserved. When it gets to 6 o'clock, they will all start building like crazy. Until then, I'm just going to carry on doing a few more little bits and pieces like that. I did a little bit of decorating around here because I thought it looked rather good. And we are going to do the pavement decking around here. And actually what I'm going to do is the traditional go in and do this single brush concrete around here. Restore that. It's not amazing, but then what I can do is go in with the pavement and neaten it up a bit afterwards. So we shall just come in like so, like so. Oh, that bit there needs doing as well. Now these will eventually sort of blend themselves in a little bit nicer. Around the back, I'll put some bins or something around there as well eventually. There we go. See, we've got a little bit of a football stadium. I'll probably fence that in later as well. Housing wise, yeah, brought us in some demand. Population hasn't grown dramatically. It'll grow a little bit more as more people move in. It's like a lot of these houses here are still showing us under construction, so people haven't yet moved in. Here we go. It's all kicking off again now. The other thing the real-time mod does, the way I've got it set up, is it slows down building, so things don't just appear instantly. We should start attracting more people. Yeah. I think another pathway over here is called for. Do that. People can get in and out of this area. What I'm going to do now is add a few more trees around there like that. Just sort of splits the two areas apart slightly. Sort of the older estate of Colliton and then King's Meadow Phase 2. A grandiose title. Yeah, then here we are. So we've got school, which will pick up a few. It'll educate people in the area. And that's largely that. It's got a little bit more space for adding some other bits and pieces. If we get some more commercial demand, I might put a few shops in down here. Don't know whether any will grow in. I'm going to put in some commercial demand, some commercial spaces down here, and just see if anything does grow in there. Probably won't, but there we go. Right, so now what I need to do is basically something similar again. And I'm thinking, well, originally the idea was this area here is sort of like open fields. I was wondering about another little estate area here, but I sort of like that area being open ground. I wouldn't mind making that more farmland, although I don't need more farmland. Let's have a little look here at the farm. How are we doing with the farm? A few more workers in order for it to level up. We are still importing some people. I think what we're going to do with this farm, because I can afford it, is let's add some flour mills and things over this side. Get a little bit more processy stuff. So first off is not that road, because that road is a 3-laner. One of them, one of those, and then we're going to put some not off there. It's going to come off up here a little bit more. Let's do that. And this here is going to see some farming industrial stuff added. Yeah, some of that. A little storage, don't really need processing. Flour mills. Flour mills are quite nice. I like flour mills. I'm going to put a flour mill there. I'm going to put a flour mill there. I can put some parking and stuff opposite them. And I think... yeah, I'm sticking warehousing, which is going to deal with flour. If I can find that in there, there we are, flour. That's what that's going to do. Balanced. Yeah. Focus, yeah. I don't have the thing installed that lets me say I want this to only go to such and such a location. So that'll do. But this will extend the. This will make the farm area a little bit bigger. So still need more workers, and well, the simple way to get more workers is add more fields. So what we're going to do is into here, and that one. Do large fields now, you see, because I've got these. I'm going to do the same over here. Like that. See what that does to the industry area. Might not get me up to the 550, but should be alright. Now that is potatoes. This side here is all potatoes. We like potatoes. Use potatoes to make crisps. Big fan of crisps. Quite like chips as well, but I'm a really, really big fan of crisps. Anyway, never mind. So, see how that's going. Number of workers is going up. Yeah, there's plenty more capacity, so that should generate a few more people for me. Population's growing. We now have a lot more housing demand. That area is still going, so I need more housing. Could expand Ongar. Don't really want to go into that area. Worsley's got a little bit more space at the back, but I'm sort of leaving this area here so I can bring rail into over here. That's obviously going nowhere. Royston Cross, should we expand that one over here a bit more? I've been sort of trying to leave some of these areas so they're not They don't get massive. I'd like a little bit of green space between them. But I think what we've got to is the situation where, frankly, we don't have a lot of choice. The needs of the city are many, so we will grow in a bit more. That can go over there. I'll drag that out. That out that way. I'm going to make that one longer as well. There to there. Do that so it doesn't break all the zoning completely. Pathways. Always need pathways. In this case, there and I'll do that way as well because, frankly, why not? And path through there, and because I can, I'm going to do one down there as well. Right. This is again going to be more housing. So, because of course, this would almost certainly have all the protesters out saying you can't build more houses here. And lo and behold, watch we are doing. Again, I'll just leave a little bit of space. The other area, King's Meadow, I left the space so I could build more houses in between them. Here, I'm leaving the space really just so the houses are spaced out a bit more. I think it looks a bit better. Yeah, do that. I might put something else in between them there, but I think we'll leave that like that. And here I will have some space where I can bring a few more in later. Just to assist a little with getting more people in. We shall go all over here like so. Yes, you've got a railway line right behind your house. Deal with it, quite frankly. My better half, actually, she at one point she actually wanted to live somewhere with a railway at the back. Just thought it might be quite nice. Having worked on railways, I'm not entirely convinced, but anyway, never mind. So, how's this going? Is this building up? A few more workers needed. See, this central road is getting... It's not too busy, I suppose. It's getting there. We actually... So we are producing flour. Policies, improved logistics, advanced automation, worker safety, increases worker health, but health is a bit of a weird mechanic in City Skylines. It matters and it doesn't matter, if that makes sense. So there we go. Yeah, land value looking like over here. Yes, it's getting better. Over here, obviously, it's got stuff round here. There's people moving in, and as houses get better, they seem to. The land value stuff seems to snowball a little bit. I don't think those anymore, so I can get rid of those. That'll help. So let's make this farm a little bit bigger. Eventually, these fields are going to start becoming the longer versions, so we need to consider that slightly. They are a little bit bigger. Let's have a little look. These are 8 deep, so a road there is 8 deep. So if I do that, and then what well, mind you, just do it that way. That'll do. I'm trying to make it so I can put the larger fields in and have everything make space. I think that'll work just fine as it is. So I'm going to do that, and again I'm going to spam a few of these. Leave a bit of a gap there and there. That'll do. Anyway, wheat. This side is wheat. Wheat. There we go. That'll help with the farm. Right, so we now have more housing demand. So where on earth are we going to put more people? Okay, let's have a little look at the traffic situation before we do that. This is potentially people moving in, causing a lot of this. There appears to be some junction behaviour here. Go through. This is roughly where I've stretched the junction slightly to merge the two road types. Yeah, that's going to be a temporary thing. That's people moving in. What we do have a bit of a need of, eventually there's over here there's going to be like rail stations and so on and so forth. Barnsley does have a station, but it's not really a mainline station. I mean, it is a mainline station. There's sort of a heavy rail station, but it only takes small local trains. So I'm thinking I may fake that with a metro at some point, but we do have the main railway line to link to at some point. So to say we're in morning rush hour, traffic isn't actually that bad. Anyway, right, housing again. So this area here isn't particularly flat. This bit here is not too bad though. So we've got a country park there. We could put in electricity. Probably don't need those wires anymore. So get rid of that. Just makes the area look... Whee! Farm's upgraded. So... why? Oh, it's because I've got that on. Sorry. Yeah, so need more housing. With a little bit of high density there, we've got a little bit of high density there. I'm trying not to come up with big clumps of high density. It doesn't do wonders for the way the game sort of works. That one, yeah, that does still need it. I'm thinking around here, another high density bit, bring some off here and just put a little estate in. So, I'm going to do that. I'll be back in a minute. We've upgraded. So that's 12,000 now. The key here, and we can bring trains and all sorts. Yay! We can't bring in a new tile, which is really what's actually needed here. We can do lots more with rail and stuff like that now. A small Soccer Club stadium. Yeah, might actually add add a town stadium somewhere. In reality, in Barnsley itself, it's over here somewhere-ish. I may put it somewhere else. Anyway, here's the sort of housing estate that makes the local police weep with, oh my god, we're going to have to go there at some point. Big car park doesn't fit. Smaller ones will, especially if I go in and shift that one to where I actually want it to be, which is there. I'll give these dreary Soviet-style blocks, which I actually quite like because they really they do have that grim 1970s council estate look to them, which is sort of what I'm after. So link that into there, because linking that into there gives me certain other bits and pieces. That can go over there, so we can have a link over there. And this will bring in housing. I need to mark it up as high density. I think this helps the game recognise what it is. I'm not 100% sure. Public transport over this area here is worth considering. So what have we got? None. This is... I mean, we do have some public transport. We don't have huge amounts of it. What we don't have at the moment is a bus station, which is sort of going to be over here eventually. I am pondering putting that in. But in the meantime, what I'm going to do is just add some bus loops around. So what we're going to do is I'm going to create a new line. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use this sort of ring around here. I've got this route through the middle. I might just use that. I want it to link into the existing bus routes so that people can change over. So what I'm going to do, obviously this road here, buses on this road are a bad idea. They will cause problems. So I'm going to put some buses on this road here because, well, why not? That's then going to come around here to there. We're going to put a stop outside that retail park. We're then going to put another one there by that bit. And we're going to come in here. One there. One there. We'll come down here. One there. Do that. Select types. I'm not going to use the the content creator Japanese bus, which I have been using. I do really like that bus. What I'm going to do is just the generic in-game bus for now. Line colour orange, like orange. I don't know how many buses that's going to get. We shall have a look in a minute. We'll put the obligatory loop going the other way. What I'm hoping this does is it just takes a little bit of traffic off some of these roads. So again, I'm going to make that orange. Go the other way around, you see. And select types. Again, we'll just have the generic bus. Right. Let's see how many buses it puts on that. 7. 7 is way too many. Go to there, 4, that'll do. And then I'll bus line, the other one I've just put in, which is that one. There. Sorry, that's the one I've just done. I want that one. Yeah, I'll drop that down as well. So, put those on. All right. Don't know what the red on that's telling me, whether that's high demand for public transport or what, I don't know. I suspect it might be. That's high demand for public transport, I don't know. There's a fair bit over here that people wanting to get to, Morrison's and what have you, which doesn't have a bus capability. Yes, so I think that's what that is, I'm not sure. Around there's busy, the farm. Okay. Yes, this is because I've got a lot of farm traffic just using this one road here, and there's only one way in and out. Little bit problematic. There isn't really that much space to put another way in and out, because it's all going to feed onto that road. See, this is part of the other problem I've got with the way this map's set up and the way I've obviously dropped the roads on it, because this is entirely my problem. Access sort of highwaywards from here is not brilliant, because it's all going round up here and trying to get in and out, or trying to get up there, trying to get on the highway. Don't really have a way of giving them more highway access, not easily. They do need another way in and out, however. There's that one road just isn't cutting it. I'm thinking over here. I mean, it's similar, but yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. I'm going to go in, I'm going to grab that road. I'm going to do that. And that pathway is still needed because some of these roads can't quite take passengers as they were. Not passengers, pedestrians. I'm talking about blithering. That just gives an alternative way in and out, which hopefully some people will start to use. I think, however, this junction here is now busy enough to control click. Let's set some lights up there, and also picky that road. What I'm going to do is that bit and that bit. That one I'm going to reverse, obviously, to do that. I now need node controller for these, because these need to be just a little bit bigger, because otherwise, well, I mean, it works, but having them just butt into each other like that, I don't think it looks very good. So we'll do that way. That should help with the traffic down to there. What I'm also going to do is grab that, upgrade that bit of road, which is going to go in the same direction. I'm then going to upgrade that in the same way. Node control of that one, I'm going to turn that into a middle node, so that disappears. So I've now got basically 2 lanes of traffic going out. It's light controlled, which should help. And hopefully this road here upgrading a little bit more will assist as well. So yeah, it's busy, but it's going down. So that's a little traffic fix, only a little one. Right. We have housing demand again still. How are these coming on? See, these here are fairly populated. Traffic around there is busy. Let's have a little look and see how those bus routes are doing. 2 orange ones. Aren't carrying a huge number of people. The reason I carry a huge number of people basically is that the bus routes aren't brilliant. I do need a bus station. I say the actual one is over here. It's a proper transport interchange. Sorting the buses out is for the next episode. As you can see, that now looks better. I mean, yes, I could do with some work around there. So, I'm going to just fast forward. I'm going to do a little bit of detailing. I'm going to stick you in fast forward because that's what you do on these videos, isn't it? Is you go a detailing whatchamacallit when it's in fast forward. So I'm going to do that, and I will see you all in a minute. Okay, back. Yeah, I need to get a bit better at detailing. Anyway, so we now have the local sort of football ground, the little eatery area. It's gained a pavilion. Actually, I'm just going to go, while I'm at it, I'm going to give that just that, which just sort of lets it, gives it its own little area at the front. It sort of works. Yeah, I mean, that's a bit of, just a little garden area at the back of the pavilion. Don't know, sort of VIP hospitality tents or something like that there. Little admin building, food court area, car parking, yada yada. Nice park. What's that done for the land value in the area? Hopefully something. Yeah, that's not bad actually. That's working. We're making money. We have a stupid amount of housing demand there. Over here, this retail, this new little housing estate. Yeah, I could do with a bit of detail work itself. It hasn't got any yet. It'll probably get some at some point. Anyway, I am going to leave it at that for now. if you've enjoyed this, upticks, suggestions on what to do, what to do better, how to do this sort of stuff. Yeah, any suggestions gratefully received. Meanwhile, I will see you all in the next one. Not sure whether that'll be little green space dudes or more townsfolk here, but could well be either. So I'll catch you all on that. Meanwhile, have a very good day and enjoy the rest of your week. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.